Hey, oh, the fan's still on.
No!
No!
I told you to realize we hadn't been recording. Just kidding, we are. Alright.
Hey guys, what's up? Today we're going to be talking about Danganronpa, and it's up there with some of our favorite shows.
It really is.
Like Shingeki no Kyojin, Bokemonogatari.
Yeah, stuff like that.
It has some amazing characters like Bakuya.
Bakuya, I really like Himafumi. Himafubi. Himafubi.
Chalky.
Chiaki, I really like him.
Him. And Nagito. Nagito's
a Kane. A Kane is all. I really like a Kane. She's also a pretty good character. Pico as well. That's just a fantastic character. Okay, then we need to stop.
That was just to annoy all the people who are like, you're pronouncing it wrong. It's Danganronpa. No, it's
Danganronpa.
But
who cares?
We're gonna call it Danganronpa because that's easier to say. Okay,
All right,
deal with it.
You'll survive.
Or when we say Danganronpa 2, you're like, no, it's Super Danganronpa 2.
Sorry.
Die.
Yeah, sorry. You'll survive. All right. All right. Trust me, we're not people who watch the dubs. Okay, we actually prefer the subs. But don't be so elitist that you have to say everything in Japanese correctly. Shut up. We're calling it Danganronpa. All right.
Now that that's out of the way, we can actually talk about the show. We just
insulted the people, and now we want to tell them why they should go play it.
Well, if they're on here complaining about this, they've probably already seen it.
Yeah, but anyway.
Or I mean, played it.
Played it, all right. Yeah.
Don't watch it.
Don't watch the anime. The anime isn't that great. But we're going to be talking about why you should play Danganronpa, all right? You nerds? All right.
Number 1, this song. Well, guys, that happened. So now we're gonna start the real intro. Thank you for watching. No.
You did that. You were like, thank you guys. We're gonna.
Okay. Well, guys, thank you for watching. No, I.
Well, guys, thank you for watching the intro.
Well, guys, now that we got past that part, now we can start the video. So I hope you enjoy this video. Let's go.
All right.
So we're going to be talking about why you should play, not watch Danganronpa and Danganronpa 2.
Yes, why you should play those games. Danganronpa 3 as well, but mostly Danganronpa 1 and 2. And, will there be spoilers?
Danganronpa 1. No, more like Danganronpa Trigger Happy Happy.
Oh my god.
Well, guys, now that that's all over, hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be talking about Danganronpa 1 and 2 and why you should play them, or, Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc, that's the official name, or like, you can call it Super Danganronpa 2, that's some people call it that, whatever.
Just look
These are some amazing games, and you should play them.
Yes. Alright, so we're going to be going in-depth onto each game, not really though, we're just going to be talking about why each game is really good, and why, yeah, you should play them, even though these are visual novels. You should still play them because
if you can get past the fact that they don't really have real gameplay, if you can get invested in a story or something, if you can read good books, that sort of stuff, you'll probably like this.
I
know there's some people that don't like it because there's no gameplay, but if you appreciate good storytelling, you'll probably like it.
Yeah, we'll get this out of the way right now. We don't think this is for everyone. Like Steins Gate, I think that could be for everyone. Like there's some games that we don't think this is for everyone. If you could get past the visual novel stuff, there is some gameplay in the
but it's not really what you'd expect if you're just a traditional gamer, a normie.
But yeah, we're gonna be talking about why you should play it if you think you could get into it, and even then, if you can't really get into it, or if you don't know you can get into it,
if you hear chewing sounds, that's because I'm chewing a pretzel.
Yeah, but
and if you hear kids screaming, there's some random kids in the driveway. Anyway,
yeah, we're gonna be talking about why you should try and get into it. All right. So, we're going to be talking about the premise, which is a pretty epic premise, by the way. It's really cool.
So, basically, there's 16 students in each of these games, or 16 kids. I don't know. I guess they're all students, but they're trapped in some kind of environment. In the first game, it's a school. In the second game, it's an environment.
Wow. In the second game, it's an environment.
It's an environment. No, it's an island. and they basically have to kill each other. Well, they don't have to, except for one instance, but they're kind of tricked into killing each other or manipulated by the mastermind. And basically, the point of the game is to feel sad that your waifu died, and also to get to the end of the game and figure out what's going on, because that's the best part, is it's deciphering the plot and figuring out why you're trapped in this situation.
Yeah, I don't know if this video is gonna
No, it's great. It's great. We're gonna.
Man. All right, yeah. So the premise sounds good. Now the first game. What? What's so funny?
I just imagine editing around that burp.
I just go, well, the premise sounds good, and you go, yeah, right. All right. Well, as we know,
As you know.
as you know,
What are you doing? This is probably what it feels like to be on drugs.
this is so bad. I kind of want to I don't know if we could salvage it. I really think we should restart. I'm serious. I think
we had some high quality clips though.
I think we need to restart
At the beginning.
Uh-oh, somebody stupid like me. All right, what's up, guys? 7stop here,
Wait,
and today
I gotta
I'm gonna
fix this
finally do this intro.
No! Don't do that! Our viewers probably think we're autistic or something.
Probably think that with every single failed opening. All right. What's up, guys? 7stop here, and today we're going to be talking about Danganronpa 1 and 2 and why you should play them.
And before you leave in the comments, we're not pronouncing it right. We know. Shut up. We don't care about your opinion.
We don't care.
Anyway.
Nico's literally learning Japanese. He obviously knows what the Japanese version is.
It's just way easier to pronounce it Danganronpa.
Yeah,
so we're going to call it that.
We're just going to call it that. So we're going to be talking about why you should play these games and why these games are really good and why they're our favorite games.
Yeah. So we both think that Danganronpa 2 is better than the first game, but the first game is still really good.
Yeah, lots of people are like, oh yeah, Danganronpa 2 is just way better than the first. You should play that. When in reality, you should play the first. And
then play Danganronpa 2, because a large part of Danganronpa 2 is reliant on information from the first.
Yeah, and nostalgia. But it's not like, oh, Danganronpa 2 relies super heavy on nostalgia that it can't stand on its own legs. No, it can stand on its own 2 legs and stuff like that, but it's just the first one is just really, really important too. So we're gonna get into it.
So why is this game / visual novel so good? We'll talk about the story and the characters, but first we'll talk about what it is, a game and a visual novel.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll get this out of the way right now. We don't think that this is for everyone. Like with Steins Gate, we think that that's for everyone. We think that's just a good anime that almost anyone could enjoy. Like this. You have to kind of like visual novels and stuff like that.
Or just be okay with the idea of not really playing a game. It's a lot like a book.
Yeah, you click your mouse button or whatever button you're using, and you read some text.
If you're able to just appreciate story and stuff and
good writing,
and you don't play games purely for the gameplay, this is probably the game for you. But if you just want to play games for the gameplay, which is totally fine, this game is not for you.
Yeah. Now, the first game does start off a little slow. But I think that's fine because the anime showed me that going super fast is not the way to go. But still, it starts off pretty slow, but it gets you introduced to the characters, introduced to the world. And the premise is basically that there are 16 gamers stuck in the school, and they have to game their way. Okay, I'm sorry.
Gamer.
So the premise is there are 16 students or just people trapped in an environment, and they can get out if they kill someone.
And they have to go through a trial and basically escape proving their innocence.
Yeah, they have to prove their innocence even though they killed someone. And while you're not the one doing the killing, you have to find out who the killer is through the class trials, which is where some gameplay happens, but it's still not typical.
Yeah, it's not what you'd expect when you think of gameplay.
It still is a lot of reading.
But if you like books, you'll probably like this.
Yeah, if you like books and good writing and good stories, yeah, you'll probably like this. And yeah, the premise sounds really, really cool. And I really liked the premise at first. I was like, yo, this is awesome. I get to find out and stuff like that. And you learn, you talk and interact with these characters through free time. And in free time, yeah, you get to learn more about them and stuff like that. And
through interacting with them and stuff, because obviously people are going to die. This is a game about people killing people, kind of. But it's more impactful when people die than just your typical movie. A lot of times when someone dies, you're just like, oh, I like that person, but you don't really care that much.
There's so many filler characters in in movies where it's just like the group of soldiers and they're all cannon fodder. Where in this game, each character is thoroughly developed and you could develop you can choose which one you want to be developed. And so when you spend time with them, you become more attached to them. So if someone that you spend a lot of time with dies, it feels more impactful than just some random dude that you were forced to watch. Yeah, all the deaths feel super impactful in this game. And even though you know a lot about these characters, if for example you find out that they were actually the killer, you get to find out the other side to them. So many of the killers, you get to see the other side of them.
You get to understand their motive.
Yeah, you get to understand their motive. It really makes you question, did I actually know this person? Did I know them for who they truly were and stuff like that? And then and each character has a really good motivation besides maybe one or two.
There's a few here and there that aren't that great. But for the most part, most characters are pretty well developed.
And yeah, they have really, really good motivations that you can, you're like, wow, I completely understand why they did what they did. I feel really bad for them.
And yeah, when someone actually, I probably shouldn't say what happens to someone when they get convicted. Actually, no, it's at the beginning, so I can say. But when someone gets convicted, they're executed. And sometimes you feel really bad because the person didn't really have, they didn't really have a choice.
And sometimes you just feel bad, that person didn't have a choice, or they did it on accident, or they were just protecting themselves, stuff like that. So you do truly feel really bad for a lot of these characters.
Yeah, but our favorite part about the game is the plot. At least I know that's my favorite part.
That is mine too.
And it's about finding out the story behind why you're trapped in a school or on an island, why there's a multicolored teddy bear forcing people to kill each other, and all of that stuff. That's the best part of the game.
Yeah, and the character, his name is Monokuma. He's the guy. He's the bear. He's the one who's telling you, oh yeah, you need to kill everyone, stuff like that. He's actually really, really charming, and he's scary, but at the same time, you're not you're intimidated by a plush bear.
Yeah. But he's also entertaining.
Yeah, he's also super entertaining and charming. But yeah, the plot is around that. And this game, at first, seems pretty stereotypical. Oh man, they're trying to get out, but they can't, and they're stuck here. But near the end of the game, BAM! Mega twist time.
Yeah.
And you find out that beep. And it was pretty insane. I can't believe that beep made an appearance. And it was so insane that even Morpheus... Okay, no, never mind.
But yeah, the best part about these games is the plot, especially in Danganronpa 2, which has an amazing plot and twist.
Yeah.
A series of twists, really.
Yeah, but both games have really, really great twists near the end. And around the last 3 or 2 chapters, the story picks up tremendously.
Usually the last 2 chapters are the ones that are the big banger chapters.
Yeah, and then
especially in the first game, the quality mega increases in the last 2 chapters.
Yeah, the characters get better, everything gets better, and the near the end of the game, there's the final class trial, and the final class trial is basically a massive exposition dump, but it's still it's handled in a really good way.
Because throughout the game, you've been playing this game for 18 hours or whatever.
20 hours.
20 hours. You want to know. You want to know what the answers to all your questions. You want to know why this stuff is happening.
And they do. They answer
everything.
Every single
so if you were
question.
invested in the mystery, even though it's mostly exposition, you'll still be invested in the final class trials.
Yeah, and you'll still really... And the final class trials have twists of their own. Each class trial is just going twist, twist.
Every
twist,
class
twist,
trial
twist.
almost has twists.
Oh yeah, every single murder is not what you think it is, besides the first one.
I have never seen in anything else such well well done, created murders that are so complex as in Danganronpa.
I've like in my head, I'm just like, how did people come up with this stuff?
That's
like,
true.
there are so many insane things. Like, there's this one about a building and how a building killed someone.
Yeah.
And there's one about, like, how this person teleported from one spot to another. And, like, and you're like, what the heck? How did this person... It's just insane. And the only other thing that I've seen that's as complex is, like, from Knives Out.
Yeah.
But other than that, yeah.
All right, well, next we're going to talk about the class trials, which is the main gameplay segments of this game.
Yeah, the main.
Even though it's not really traditionally what you think of as gameplay.
Yeah. So basically, what you do is you shoot words.
Shoot words.
That's what you do. I'm serious though. You shoot words. Like, so.
It sounds dumb, but it's actually really cool.
Yeah. So the class trials are filled with a bunch of little different mini games, and the most iconic one, the one that you'll play the most is the non-stop debates, where basically characters will talk, and while talking there are these like yellow segments or stuff like that, and those are weak points. Those are points where it's like, this doesn't make sense. Like, someone will say, oh yeah, maybe they were stabbed with a knife, and then you have to shoot the word with different evidence.
Yeah.
And so it actually gets you really thinking.
Like,
in tough ways. Like, you're thinking, okay, how does this tie in? And stuff
you
like
have
that.
you have to figure out how your evidence is in some way contradictory to what a weak point someone might be suggesting. And in Danganronpa 2, there's also agree points. You need to agree with people. And you can also, in Danganronpa 1 as well, you can suck up words, like take someone's weak point and then fire it at another weak point, etc.
Yeah.
And there's tons of other mini games and stuff we won't go into.
Yeah, there are tons of other really, really fun mini games. And while they are, again, not really like super in-depth, heavy gameplay with metas and strategies and stuff like that, they are really, really fun in their own right.
And if you're invested in the story, they'll be better because you're figuring out the story yourself as opposed to like them just telling you the story.
Yeah, and it's really neat when you get like a thing right. Like when you refute someone's argument and you're like, I outsmarted them, and like other times you're honestly sad because you're like, this is the truth. Like, it sucks, but this is what happened, and I have to do it. And so, like
in some trials, when you refute something, sometimes because usually your character says a line to
like, that's wrong.
Yeah, それは違うよ. He says a line to say that something's wrong, and it gets you pumped up. But sometimes he won't say anything if it's a heavy moment, or maybe he doesn't want to accept that the evidence is true.
Yeah, it's like when he says that, it's like objection from Phoenix Wright. It's like when he says that, but yeah, sometimes your character won't say anything at all. And in the second game, there's a time when other characters can actually object your statements.
Yeah, and same in V3, but we're not talking about that game.
We're not talking about that game. That game's good still, but
Briefly, before we end the video, we'll just mention the music. It's pretty good, and Danganronpa V2 or don't V2. No, I made your mistake.
I have cursed you.
So briefly, we're going to be talking about the music. It's pretty good in both of the games, and in Danganronpa 2, I think it's really good. It's probably one of my favorite video game soundtracks.
Yeah, it's up there with Halo.
And it has the song you heard at the beginning, I'm pretty sure. Unless that was the other video that failed.
Which is our favorite game song.
Like single song from any game.
Yeah, it's really good. And yeah, this game does also have some just other really good songs, like when you're like walking around. And
yeah. There's always something at least decent playing.
Yeah, it's not just silence while you just walk around and you're like chunk, 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 chunk and stuff like that. But yeah, the music is really good, and I honestly think that sometimes people don't really like bring up this soundtrack when talking about really great video game soundtracks.
But it's really great.
Yeah. This is so much better than our previous attempt. Oh.
Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching. If you thought it was good and you want to subscribe, go ahead. And hopefully you check out this game if you are.
It's on Steam.
It sounds interesting.
Yeah, all right.
It's on Steam.
We'll
it goes on sale awesome, and I think
it goes on sale awesome
often, and I think you'll get your money's worth out of it, even if you play it or you buy it on full price.
Yeah. So I said this is available on Steam. So trust me. And you like, is it on the Windows Store? No, it's on Steam. You can get it on Steam. All the games
or on the PS Vita if you own one of those.
PSP or something like that.
PSP, yeah.
just gonna let you know as well, this game isn't the most graphically awesome game.
Yeah,
this
it's old and it's on the PSP or PS Vita, one of those PS something, PS4, PS3, PS1.
It's old, but it's still good. And on PC, the first two games, they're not like really well optimized, but I had no issues with like frame rate. They work well.
They work
the
pretty much
are good.
satisfactory.
Yeah, the mouse and keyboard feels good enough, and the you'll definitely get your money's worth. Each game for me, we pretty much played the exact same amount of time. The first game was 20 hours. The second game was 30. The third game, I'm pretty sure you have like 40 hours or something like that.
But I also played I played the side mode, and I've completed all the report cards.
Yeah,
so you can get even more out of it. And there's in V3, and there's lots of other game modes and like side modes. And there's some decent side modes in the other games as well.
But yeah, each game is $20 besides the third one. Danganronpa 1 and 2 are $20. They're really good. You definitely get, as like the motto that we go by is like
1 hour per dollar.
Yeah, 1 hour per dollar. So you're for sure going to get that, and we highly suggest you check out the game.
They're some of our favorite games.
Yeah, they go on sale really, really often on Steam. They can go for like $1, $7, $8, something like that. The Steam Summer Sale. There's a bundle that you can get that with all 3 games that goes on sale as well. So definitely check out this game, and like, subscribe, do all that stuff. Bye.
Bye.